Good morning, market snipers. Welcome back. This is Jesse getting started right at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, right on the dot as usual. If you're new to the live stream, awesome. Welcome. If you're returning to the live stream, even better. Good to see you back on here. On the first half of the live stream, we will cover Bitcoin, altcoins, stocks. And on the second half of the live stream, we will cover your chart requests. So make sure to put in the ticker symbol, all the details. Let me know if it's crypto or stock, the asset name, the asset type, all that good stuff. Obviously, none of this is financial advice. Obviously, this is for educational purposes only. And hopefully we have a little bit of entertainment along the way. With that, Bitcoin's next stop, $55,000, question mark. We're going to get into all of that. But first, we're going to cover the chart that we've been watching and watching and watching and watching. And here are the similarities, right? History often rhymes, doesn't necessarily always repeat, but there are a lot of rhyming. There's a lot of rhyming going on from the move that happened from November 21st all the way to January 14th and so on, right? Quick recap. Price is moving down, price is moving down, price is moving down. And we were talking about eventually we're going to see a bounce. Eventually we're going to see a relief rally. We expect bounces. We expect relief rallies. But while in a Bitcoin bear market, the Bitcoin Bear Market Chronicles is what I posted earlier. While we are in a Bitcoin bear market, anytime it gets sold off and anytime we see a bounce or a relief rally, we expect those bounces to get sold off. We expect them, whether it's a 5% bounce. Oh, new alerts. Whether that's a 5% bounce, 10% bounce, 30% bounce, 50% bounce, whatever the bounce is, we expect those bounces to get sold off while we are in a bear market. We will show you why we are in a bear market, just like we do every single day. It's always based off of the higher time frames of the chart. We're not showing fundamentals. We're not showing you news. We're not showing you narratives. We're showing you the charts because the charts tell us in advance. We are the foresight crew. Foresight is better than hindsight. The hindsight crew will tell you everything that happened after it happened and why it happened. We're looking at the charts and telling you what's possible, what possibly is going to happen. We speculate what's going to happen. We forecast what's going to happen. And we'll continue to sniper the markets together. Price is moving down. It was getting oversold, right? It was getting oversold. We were talking about we were expecting a bounce. We're expecting a bounce. Bullish divergence. That's what this green oval / ellipse bullish divergence. And price hit the exact same two market sniper targets as price did in March, April of 2022. Oh, mic check. Good. Hit the exact same two market sniper targets. After that point, price was rejected. We were talking about moving down, moving down. We had a sell signal. When the candle flips red, I turned off the buy and sell signals. I left the reversal signals on there because we know that the red means sell signal, right? So we had a sell signal, a candle closed below the trading dots, a candle closed below the upward sloping trend line. Price is starting to get oversold again and can remain oversold. Oversold, oversold, oversold. Pushes down all the way down to $60,000-ish. Creates a wick. We're talking about it's getting oversold. It's getting oversold. Expect bounces. Bullish divergence again. Price comes back up into the same exact two market sniper targets. So we put out this fractal from over here, right? Originally we had the yellow path, which this would have been the peak. Or we had the blue path, which this would be the peak. And that blue path was based off of over here. And this is the blue path right now. If you overlay it, you can't see it as well. It's pushing down similar to the blue path. I moved it over here so we could see it a little bit better. Now there's a pending sell signal, pending possible candle close below the trailing dots. We won't know until 7 or 8 hours from now. See, 8 hours from now. 8 hours from now, we'll know how the candle closes. Whether the sell signal's today, tomorrow, the day after, it doesn't really matter. What matters is if there's a sell signal, candle close below the trailing dots, candle close below the trend line, that would basically be confirming the same exact move over here, right? So if we do see a candle close below, then that's the higher probability that we're going to come down and take out this wick area here at 62,000. A candle close below all two and the sell signal, so all three things happen, is a higher probability that we're going to come down and retest and at least wick below this candle wick at $60,000. A sell signal, a candle close below all of that, is a higher probability that we're going to come down and retest the 200-week SMA. The 200-week SMA is our main thesis. The main thesis when I put out the bear market roadmap on October 10th, that price is going to come back down and retest it. We got within 3% of the 200-week SMA, but we have not retested it yet. Price hit the 200-week EMA, but I had the SMA on the chart. Mighty Kirk, welcome back. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. It's a bear trap. No, it's actually a bull trap. We are in a bear market. This is a bull trap. We are in a bear market. This is a bull trap, right? We'll cover it though. If you're new, stick around. We're gonna cover all the higher time frames, stuff like that. Dang, we're getting some notifications. Jason, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So a sell signal, candle close below the trend dots, candle close below the upward sloping trend line. And the probabilities continue to increase. We're going to come back down and retest the 200-week SMA. In the past, Bitcoin has gone 30% below the SMA. There are a lot of reasons why Bitcoin can come back down and retest the 200-week SMA, hit $55,000, and even come into this target area of $52,000. There are several reasons why. Will that be the bottom? I have a lot of reasons why Bitcoin can go much lower, like $40,000, $39,000. So we'll cover all that on today's live stream. But first, before we get into the weekly chart, the 2-week chart, the 3-week chart, and monthly chart, we've never taken $1 of affiliate money, ever. We've never promoted a token. We've never promoted a scam. We are clean. We are clean. Our reputation is clean. We've never promoted anything or taken $1 from anybody, right? So with that said, go over here and follow us on Market Sniper Pro, Jesse Olson. This is the only thing that we have going on. It's already a lot going on, but you got the plans and the pricing over here. $49 a month is the only thing that we have. You can do the annual for $490. About 10% of the subscribers do take advantage of the annual plan. There are no refunds, but you can cancel anytime, and your subscription would just end at the end of the month or at the end of the year. So just be aware of that. I think more people would take advantage of the $490 a year if there was refunds, but it's so cheap already. Like the cost is so low. Like AI says I should be priced at $199 per month, right? For all the tools that we've rolled out and the screener and all that stuff. So Dang, we're getting a lot of notifications today. Uh, so that's that. But you can learn more about the features, the breakdown. We have our own charting system, all that. That's what you saw on the Bitcoin chart was our own charting system, dashboard, setups, bot indicators, 70 plus hours of recorded coaching. So if you truly want to take a deep dive, we put in the work. I put in the work. We put in the work. Recorded 70 plus hours of probably 100 hours of live coaching. Woo! Did we put in the work? We have our own online community. Uh, we're still using Discord as a bridge, but we do have our own online community on the portal. And we're still using TradingView as a bridge, even though we have our own charting system. So you get all the indicators on TradingView and all of our indicators on TradingView and our indicators over on Market Sniper Pro over here. So this is our own charting system. This is not TradingView, but we still have indicators on TradingView and we still use it, right? We're still using TradingView. I've never taken $1 from TradingView. Just I like their platform. But here we are. Here we are. And of course, you can look at the dashboard, right? You can look at our own online community. You can look at our own 70 plus hours of recorded coaching. It's all there. It's all there. But charting system, we have it here, and we're continuing to build it out every single day. And the screener is really finding some gems. Found bullish setup, and I'm up like 120% on. And it found a bearish setup on Starbucks just yesterday. And all these are getting posted over, not all of them. A lot of them are going to be posted on Market Sniper, but without all the details. And they are getting put. We have two things. You can set up the Market Sniper screener to do what you want, but also we've set it up to do automatic alerts to the Discord. So it's producing probably 1 to 5 bullish setups per day. And bearish setups, there was 13 bearish setups. I didn't even have time to go through them all. I didn't even have time. Thank you. I think I've earned the right. 5 years, I've never taken $1 of affiliate money. So we spend 5 to 10 minutes talking about what we've going on over here at Market Stamper Pro. I think I've earned it. I haven't shilled any coins. I haven't promoted any tokens. I haven't scammed anybody, right? We only have I don't have any affiliate links. I haven't promoted any exchanges, right? That went out of business. I haven't promoted FTX. I didn't promote Celsius, right? And BlockFi, I almost lost $9,000 on BlockFi. So, anyways, be careful who you choose to partner with, right? So, be careful. But so I feel like I've earned it. Anyways, we had 13 bearish automatic sniper alerts go out to the Discord. And we're starting to post them on Market Sniper Pro as well, but just the teaser version. We're not doing all the details, and we're not, and so just be aware of that. But Starbucks, there was bearish divergence, all that stuff, all the details put in there, and then there was a sell signal, right? So we're starting to post those on X as well, but just more of like without all the details. The Discord is providing all the details over there. And then, of course, you could do your own filters, right? Say, for example, RSI divergence. And then you could do this is the daily chart. So you have 2 that pop up and you can chart it. Sale. You go to the weekly chart. Oh, this is bullish divergence. Okay, so bullish divergence. So there's bullish divergence being shown here. And then when you pull up the sniper RSI, it's showing you the bullish divergence. It's green. You'd have to zoom in on it to see it, but there we go. So bullish divergence, 69% gap. That's crazy. Maybe it was a stock split. I don't know. I have to take a deeper dive on it, but it looks like a crazy stock split. It looks like a crazy gap, but maybe it's a stock split. I don't know. But that's bullish divergence. You can come over here to bearish divergence. And this was this one came up on the radar the other day, actually, too. So there's additional bearish divergence. If you go to the weekly chart, you can change this from daily to weekly. You got 3 different ones. BRK.B, Berkshire Hathaway. We've been talking about it. This is the daily chart is breaking down. On the daily chart again, there was another sell signal back here. But if you go to the weekly chart to compare notes, there was a weekly sell signal on it as well. So it's picking up the bearish divergence, the lower highs. So we've been posting about this and talking about it that seems like BRKB is going to go down. So the screener picks all that up. Probably not all of it, but it picks up a lot of it. And so there's so many different ways to do it. And then, of course, you can, let's see, that's a weekly chart. You can add the indicators on. So we built the indicators originally on TradingView using PineScript. And now we have rebuilt all the indicators over on our own charting system using Python. So I have gap detection on. So if you're looking at stocks, it automatically pulls up gap detection. I had auto trend lines on, but the chart just gets kind of too cluttered. So let me just, I already had it on. Yeah. I already had it on. I just had it turned off. There we go. So I did have it on. I just had it turned off. So that's that. Let's see. Oh, there it is. And you can search for it by sniper, right? So this is all the indicators that we have on here right now. They're probably the biggest ones. Sniper, you can see that it's our own dialed in sniper ones, right? Candles, sniper MA. We just labeled it MA, but it's not really just an MA. It's a different calculation. Sniper signals, but I have the buy and sell signals turned off, all that stuff. But you have momentum, MACD, all that stuff, trend, Ichimoku cloud, all that. So if you want to take a deeper dive, you can look into it more like that. But from that, let's jump back into the screeners. The screener is huge, right? Because there's a lot of screeners out there. But how do you filter it? Well, we filter it through sniper things that would line us up for a sniper breakout or a sniper breakdown. We line up the screener that way. So it's going to show us setups that we would normally want to see, and hopefully before it happens, right? Before it happens. So right before it happens or right when it happens is what we're trying to accomplish over on our screener alerts. And of course, you could dial in the screener any way you want, and you can play around with it. If you find awesome settings, what's up, Marcus Sniper in the house? Long time Marcus Sniper in the house. What's up? What's up? What's up? London, UK National Sexy News. Hello, aka Lawrence. Thanks for always helping us out on the algorithms by sharing, commenting, and liking on YouTube and X. Thank you. Appreciate that. So that's that. I think we've covered enough on it. You don't like to spend more than 5 or 10 minutes on it. But we have a lot going on that I haven't even had time to like really cover. And we have AI built into it. I just haven't released it to the market snipers yet. Uh, Still training it, all that stuff, but you can click over here, back at it, Jesse, and then you can add in the AI. So we do have AI built in, and AI is going to be built into every aspect of the dashboard, the screener, the charting system. I think the first thing that we would roll out to the market snipers, it's roll out to admin only right now, but I just have to click the go. But uh, we haven't done it yet. So we do have it built in though. You just won't see it yet. So you can add an attachment, all of that. So all this costs money, right? All this costs money. And it's only $49 a month. So eventually prices are going to go up. The more we build out, the more we build in these tools, the better it becomes. Eventually we're going to have to charge more. Right now, that's not it. Right now, today's not the day. Oh, nice. Lawrence, congratulations. You've been on here a couple of months. No, longer than that. Long time. You've been on the live streams a long time. So awesome. Awesome. Let me know what you think about it. And if you have any questions, cool. So with that, let's get back into it. Let's jump into, we've had this, this was the blue path over here that was drawn out. We had two paths, yellow or blue. This was what happened? Oh, this was the blue path, not the yellow path. And all we did was kind of draw it from here. And then we moved it over here. And it's not identical, but it's pretty close, right? We have this resistance. The resistance was where the two market sniper targets were. It wicked above but closed below. Wicked above but closed below. So pending sell signal. I have the pending label on there for TradingView. You can see RSI is breaking down from the trend line. Hasn't closed. Did it close? Hasn't quite closed below it yet, so still working on it. We drew this one out. Same thing, blue path, right? This is a blue path, but white path. This is the blue path. We mapped this out a long time ago. Way back here. We had the yellow path originally, but then we put the blue path on. But everything remains the same. So however the price action plays out, we don't know. We don't have a magic crystal ball. But we forecasted and we speculated that whether it's the yellow or the blue path for price or a different path, right? We still expect lower prices. And now it's starting to reverse after hitting the exact same two market sniper retracement targets. So there we go. Bitcoin. How am I doing? How am I doing today? The wife is on a 1-day business trip. She's only like 55 miles away, but it was a 2-day event. And if you have to drive through LA and it could be a 2-3 hour drive, say 2 hours, right? 3 hours. So there's probably a car accident or something, but 2 hours, I don't have 2 hours depending on what time you go because of traffic to go 55 miles. So it doesn't make sense to drive there, drive home, drive back. It's just a lot of driving each day. So I was on daddy duty all night last night, and the baby decided to wake up at 1:30 a.m. Then the baby decided, she's 21 months, by the way. Then the baby decided to to battle going back to bed till 3:30 a.m. So I lost 2 hours of sleep. So I think we're doing pretty good though. So despite daddy daycare last night from 1:30 a.m. to 3:30 a.m. and then getting up again at 6:30 a.m. Because I needed usually I wake up earlier than 6:30, but I needed a little bit more sleep and the baby was still sleeping. So uh tried to get until 6:30 a.m. and then get rocking and rolling before the nanny comes and all that stuff. I think I'm doing okay. I think I'm doing okay. So definitely smash a like for me still doing the live stream, still still knocking out the charts for everybody. Uh even though I was up for 2 hours handling daddy daycare business. So let's jump into it. We got the weekly chart we want to cover, and here's the Bitcoin bear market roadmap. We put this out on October 10th. How are we doing? How are we doing? October 10th, we put out this fractal. October 10th, we put out 5 longer term targets. Will Bitcoin hit all 5 targets? Bitcoin hit all 5 targets in the last bear market. We don't know with 100% certainty if Bitcoin will hit longer term target 5 or not, but the probabilities say that it will. The probabilities say that there's a lot of reasons why it could. So we'll just take it level by level, right? 1 target, 2 target, 3, almost hit target 4, bounce back up, let the trending dots catch up. That's what this red line's forecasting out. We drew it on the live stream. Let the red trending dots catch up. You know, take some time off the clock. Let the MAs catch up. Price came all the way down here. Bounce, right? Price came all the way down here. Bounce, drop, bounce. And now it's starting to break back down. So the weekly chart remains bearish. We are still in a Bitcoin bear market. The 2-week chart. Here we get. Let's look at one more though. Many reasons why Bitcoin can come back down to target 4 and retest the 200-week SMA as well, right? So let's look at this weekly chart. Let's flip it over to line. And this is the opportunity zone, right? The opportunity zone. This is still our main thesis. Our main thesis was drawn out on October 10th. You can see this is a hand-drawn 200-week SMA projecting it out. You can still see the red trending dots. It seems like it's ahead of schedule for price to come back down into the opportunity zone. This is not financial advice. I will never tell you when to buy or sell your Bitcoin, ever. A lot of people try to get me to say, should I buy now? Should I sell now? I will never tell you to buy or sell, ever. I'm just showing you what I see in the charts. And just because historically this opportunity zone below the 200-week moving average is a good time to buy, I still personally will not be buying or dollar cost averaging just because of the opportunity zone. I will personally wait to buy the right dip because I'm confident that I'm going to buy the right dip. Just like I did January 4th, 2023, when Bitcoin was at 16,800. And I bought it with 5x leverage. There was bullish divergence at the bottom of 2022. We hope the market bosses give us bullish divergence again, but we don't need bullish divergence to buy the right dip. It just makes it easier. If we can spot bullish divergence on the daily chart, the weekly chart, maybe even higher time frames, that is ideal. The market bosses gave us the market bosses gave us bearish divergence at the top of 2025. The market bosses gave us bullish divergence at the bottom of 2022. The market bosses gave us bearish divergence November 2025. The market bosses gave us bullish divergence. I was buying the dip at 32,300 July 2021. I bought that dip with 10x leverage and I rode it all the way to 48,000. The market bosses gave us bearish divergence January through April 2021. I shorted the lower high on Bitcoin May 2021, and so on and so on and so on. The market bosses continue to give us bearish and bullish divergence on Bitcoin at the top and the bottoms. Will that continue? There's never a guarantee. Do we hope it continues? With 100% certainty, we do hope they give us bullish divergence, just like they've been giving us divergence at the top and bottoms since I've been trading Bitcoin going back to 2020. I've been trading Bitcoin since 2020. I came from options before that. And before that, I was doing mortgages and real estate. So I haven't been doing this for 20 years. I wish I had. I've been looking at charts I looked at charts like from time to time, 10 years before I ever started trading. And I always thought I could be good at it. And then one day I was like, I want to take a deep dive. I no longer love doing mortgages and real estate. And then I took a deep dive. And I've been obsessed with swing trading and charts ever since. And since early 2021, when the mortgage rates were 2.5%, 3%, and it was so easy to make money, I was pulling in six figures on my swing trades, and I was able to retire from not retire, but retire from mortgage or hang up the cleats on mortgage and real estate. So I'm very thankful for that. So that's where we're at. This is a weekly chart. Seems like we're right on track. Seems like we're 5 months into this potentially 12-month bear market that we laid out on October 10th. The reason why, and circle all the way back before I got sidetracked on my ramble, is the reason why I don't just blindly buy the opportunity zone. Because what if Bitcoin experiences a .com like bubble crash? What if Bitcoin experiences a 2008 like crash? Right? If that happens, and this is the second highest scenario, to me, this is the highest probability scenario. The second highest probability scenario, in my opinion, is that we see a bigger stock market crash. And as the higher time frames flip bearish on NASDAQ and SP 500, when we get down to this level, that may change to the highest probability, right? So if that were to happen, then I say that Bitcoin would have a much bigger and possibly longer correction if the overall stock market goes through a prolonged bear market longer than 2022. Then that is on the table that we see a longer prolonged bear market for Bitcoin as well, which means a lot lower prices. To put it in perspective, Amazon dropped to like 95% in the .com bubble crash, and they're still around today, and they're still one of the biggest companies out there. So it doesn't mean that Bitcoin would die. It doesn't mean that Bitcoin would go to zero. It just means that I consider it a high risk asset similar to a tech stock. And if the tech stocks are going down in a bigger, prolonged bear market, then I expect Bitcoin to do the same. That's my real thoughts on it. I'm hoping for this scenario. I really want the 2022 scenario to continue to play out. But we are prepared for the dot-com bubble or the 2008 like scenario to play out. The reason why I don't want the dot-com bubble or the 2008 like market crash to happen, of course, I would want it to happen for myself, but the reason why I don't want it to happen is the majority of people, family, friends, they're not sniper in the markets, right? Their 401ks will go down. They would lose 50, 60% of their value, all that stuff. So that's why I don't want it to happen. Because of friends, family, all of you, right? If you have 401k, stuff like that, you would see a bigger drop in all of that. Me personally, as a swing trader, it would be quite the opportunity. But I would forego that opportunity to see family and friends not take such a big hit. The dot-com bubble from the all-time highs took 17 years to make new all-time highs. So there's that. Yeah, we're going to cover Tesla. It's on the watch list. Good morning. Sure. We'll circle back. Stick around. So that's the weekly chart. We're going to look at the 2-week chart, 3-week chart, all that. Let's get back on the candles. This is HODL, Bitcoin ETF. One of my thoughts is that if price comes down and hits target 5 for Bitcoin, I also think the Bitcoin ETFs also retest the January 2024 lows, which would put Bitcoin price at about $39,000. If Bitcoin ETFs retest the January 2024 lows, then Bitcoin will be at $39,000 or below 40, right? Bitcoin futures, Bitcoin versus gold. But let's go back over here and show the 2-week chart. 2-week chart, still bear market, right? Still the red trending dots. So you got red trending dots, 2-week chart, red trending dots, 2-week chart. 3-week chart, still bear market, red trending dots, red trending dots. Monthly chart, no red trending dot yet, but there was a monthly sell signal underneath the trending dots, monthly sell signal below the trending dots. So it's just a matter of time before there's a red trending dot. And this month could still close lower. There's still, 10, call it 12 days remaining. It could still close lower and put in another bearish monthly candle. It's only, price is only up on the month. Price is only up call it 5%. I mean, I probably have to dial it in. It's only up about 4 or 5% on the monthly chart. So it could easily close lower over the next 12 days. And that's only 4% from here. It's down 2.5% today. Yesterday, it was down like 3%. So it could be a lower monthly position in a couple of days, a day or two, right? So just in the matter of from this wick to what's going on, Jesse? From this wick to this wick here, 9% in 3 days, right? 9% in 3 days. So pending sell signal. Uh, so all that's very possible and on the table. Woo. Yep. Yep. We're gonna cover it all. But yeah. And one last thing I want to show you for Bitcoin is Bitcoin versus gold is bullish on the daily chart as of right now. Uh, that could turn around. Had the bullish divergence, still in an uptrend as of right now. The only green on here, right? But looking at it longer term, there's a couple things that jump out that we've been talking about on every single live stream. Bitcoin versus gold, it's never happened before. Downward sloping 200-week SMA. That's not bullish. That's not good. You don't want to see that on Bitcoin versus the dollar. You don't want to see that on Bitcoin versus the dollar. That's Bitcoin versus gold. And the other thing that we've talked about and covered every single live stream, and we will continue to cover it because not a lot of people are talking about it. But RSI monthly closed at 34, first time ever on Bitcoin versus gold. That's hitting a lower RSI monthly reading than it's ever hit before. Broke this 11-year downward trend line, broke and closed below the 7-year downward trend line. And that's where we're at right now. So just means that it could be in a prolonged, deeper bear market. My goodness. The bot is going crazy over there. So that's Bitcoin versus gold. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see. That's the monthly chart. Let's look at XRP. Bear market. Right? Bear market. Still. Ethereum. Bear market. Still. And below the 200-week SMA. And downward sloping 200-week SMA. This is a monthly chart, right? So that's not bullish. Yeah, the double top, wick above, but the monthly chart closed lower, a lower high in the monthly chart. Downward sloping 200-week SMA. That's not good. We already speculated what this could possibly look like, right? If Bitcoin does the same thing as Ethereum, if Bitcoin does the same thing as Bitcoin versus gold, that's not positive. That's bearish. Chainlink, downward sloping 200-week SMA since 2024, still in a bear market since May 2021. Cardano, downward sloping 200-week moving average is bearish. Any bounce, expect to get sold off. All go. At or hovering around all-time lows. H bar, XLM, near, MicroStrategy, the canary in the coal mine for Bitcoin. We've talked about it. We covered it at the top. In October, the talking heads were saying $250,000 Bitcoin by the end of 2025. Yet, or even though MicroStrategy was already in a bear market, even though I was calling out the Adam and Eve double top pattern in October, on October 10th as well, bearish engulfing candle on October 10th as well, we were calling out further downside and that price would come back down and retest the 200-week SMA. MicroStrategy has already gone below the 200-week SMA. We have the 2022 fractal on here. And price could be back down here below $100 in the near future. This week, next week, the week after, possibility. Price could be back down here. Adam and Eve double top pattern comes right around $80 as well. So $80 is a round number. You've got some gaps down here too. And then we have the two scenarios. If it's similar to 2022, awesome. If it's a dot-com bubble or a 2008 like crash, we are prepared for that as well. Hope for this scenario, prepare for the worst, right? That's why I still will not be double. That's why I still will not be dollar cost averaging below the 200-week SMA. I will still wait for a higher probability of a reversal with the momentum shift, right? And you can see the forecast of the trailing dots could be something like that, right? So that's what we're looking at. What else? We got a lot more to cover. Let's see, gold. We'll circle back to NASDAQ and the SP 500. That's the weekly chart, but here's gold, right? Bearish right now. Could see further downside. Doesn't mean the top is in, but the local top is in as of right now. Had the bearish divergence, lower high, breakdown, and it's going in for a retracement right now. Same with silver, right? Could be the top, could be a longer term consolidation, could always rally to make a double top. Those are things are all unknown, but currently correcting right now. The dollar remains bullish on the daily chart and the weekly chart. Broke out of this wedge over here and still remains bullish, right? As of now. Tron. Found this one on the screener. Woo-wee. Ultra bullish on the daily chart. One target hit so far. Right? One target hit so far. Weekly chart, pending buy signal on the weekly chart. Pending buy signal on the weekly chart. But we just have these targets for right now. If price breaks target 4, flips this resistance into support, then we could see much higher prices. But right now, this is more conservative, right? More conservative. And you can see from the buy signal, 52%, 83, 100, 150, all that stuff, right? So pending buy signal on the weekly chart, ultra bullish on the daily chart. Let's look at the 2-week chart. Oops. 2-week chart. You get the trailing dots here. So it still has some work to do, right? So trailing dots there on the 2-week chart. 3-week chart, trailing dots are up here at 285-ish. And the monthly chart up here at 239. So a bounce until proven otherwise. Weekly chart is bullish. That's good. Daily chart is ultra bullish. That's good right now. 2-week chart, 3-week chart, monthly chart still have some work to do. So it's caution, right? It's caution. But it's caution on buy the dip. It's caution on the buy the dip season. It could still be bear market season with just a nice bounce in between. Similar to over here. So there we go. What else? Let's go over to Magnificent 7, aka Magnificent 80. Netflix over here. This fractal is playing out very closely. We put this fractal out on the live stream February 25th, there was a pending buy signal. Ooh, whale alert. 90 million. Whale alert, whale alert. Boom. 90 million minted. So Netflix pumped up. Looks like it come back down. And however it plays out, this is the relief rally. That's the relief rally. Because we would be expecting lower prices. A retest of the 200-week SMA seems like it's on the table. Will this play out exactly? I don't know. Could it? It could. Tesla breaking down, coming into the green box that we've had on there forever. So it wicked it once, pumped back up. A lot of notifications today. My goodness. Wick back down now. And there's a tiny, tiny gap, another small gap over here. 200-week SMA down here at 271, all things considering. We talked about this. It looked exactly like, it looked very, very, very similar to the Bitcoin Wyckoff distribution. This is Wyckoff distribution. This would be the spring and then the reversal, right? If so, if it plays out similar to Bitcoin Wyckoff distribution, price will be back down here below those. Price will fill those gaps, and price will be back down here below 320. Let's say. If it continues to play out similar to Bitcoin, price will be closer to 270, under 300. So all things considered, weekly chart, bearish. 2-week chart, closing below. RSI sell signal last week. Just a matter of time. Expect bounces along the way. We've seen bounce, 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 all get sold off. TQQQQQ. It actually wouldn't matter, but I closed the position out here on Friday the 13th because I had my puts were expiring on the 20th tomorrow, and there wasn't a guarantee that price is going to drop down, plus going against time decay. But on the chart, it's breaking down. It's doing exactly what I thought, and I didn't buy back into the puts. I didn't buy more puts, and I didn't roll them over. In hindsight, I probably could have rolled them over, but I didn't want to. And I just looked for the next setup, which happened to be Tron, right? So Tron took the profits on TQQQ and then bought calls on Tron. I don't like to be in too many trades at once. My skill gets diminished if I have like more than, I could do 5 trades. 3 I'm better at. If I have 1 to 3 trades, I feel like my win percentage is pretty high. Pretty high. 70, 80%. If I have 5 or more, probably dropping to 60%, 50%, 55%. So just because I have so many things going on that I can't keep track of it all, I do better going deep on a few trades versus doing like, I've seen people have like 50 trades open, and I'm like, how do you do 50 trades? 50 option trades open? They're not winning more than 35% of the time. So different strategy, not my strategy. TQQ, but doing exactly what we had hoped for. But time decay was going against me, so I closed out last Friday. It's here. And with the time decay, it's probably about the same as it is now. And I'd be closing it out anyways because I wouldn't be trusting it waiting for the expiration tomorrow because they'd probably pump it up tomorrow on expiration. And I wouldn't be locking in as much profit anyways. So in hindsight, it was a good decision to close out in profit on last Friday. Meta dropping. Oh, this was similar to Netflix. Different, but similar. Relief rally. Could happen on Netflix too, and now it's breaking down, right? It's in a bear market. Meta entered a bear market just as we called it out that it was we called out the bear market over here in Meta. We called out the bull market reversal over here. Did we know that it was going to go that crazy? No, we did not. But we called out the reversal in real time, right? Now we have bearish divergence, lower highs, breaking down. Gaps to be filled, huge gaps below. 200-week SMA down here at 438. So look out below. NVIDIA. Weekly chart breaking down as well. Pending sell signal again. Red trending dots on the weekly chart. Look out for the 200-week SMA. SMCI. Talked about it. Oh, was this the Netflix? Maybe that's where I got the Netflix from. I couldn't remember the fractal I used. I think it's SMCI now. Let me check. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I used the SMCI for the Netflix. Boom, baby. Came all the way back down. So Super Microcomputer is in a bear market. Has been in a bear market. We talked about it. We covered it. DJT, Dow Jones Transportation leading the way of the indices again. Two of the targets have been hit so far. NASDAQ and SP 500 have only hit target one so far. Dow Jones Transportation has already hit two targets so far. Could see further downside. Speaking of NASDAQ, one target, two target soon. Weekly chart had sell signals. Look at all those wicks getting sold off. Every single one. Microsoft, bear market. We talked about it. We covered it. Could come back down. We even drew this out before we see a relief rally. Maybe not even get a relief rally that high. Maybe that was too optimistic. But coming back for the 200-week SMA first seems right on schedule. Weekly chart is bearish. It's just a matter of time before the indices catch up. Dow Jones, bearish. Woo-wee. UNH, I'm talking about it's been in a bear market. Google. Apple. I told you, Mom. I told you it was a good time to sell over here. Apple, she was up 30% in her position. Then she texts me over. Here. Apple's up. I'm like, oh. left like 8% on the table. Now I can say, told you so, Mom. Told you so. SP 500. Weekly chart. Weekly sell. Weekly sell. Came close to the 200-week SMA. So that's what we're fully expecting. Russell had bearish divergence. We called it out. Lower highs broke the upward channel. PLTR going through the relief rally. SQQQQ bullish on the daily chart. The inverse of the QQQs, bear ETF, and so on and so on and so on. Woo! All right. Do we have any chart requests? Let me see. I'm going to put on some music and then double check the chart requests. think you mean bull trap. Covered it. My man, Lawrence, welcome. Oh, Bitfarm. So Bitfarm and these Bitcoin miners, I've been saying since 2021, is like trying to catch lightning in a bottle. It's the same price as it was December 2020, right? Same price. One massive pump up, right? Bear market, decent pump if you're on the daily chart. Nice pump if you're on the daily chart, right? And that's it. And the weekly chart is bearish. The 2-week chart, price is back below the trailing dots, closing multiple times. Downward sloping 200-week SMA. So monthly chart still holding on as bullish, but could be sold off, right? Still holding on, but could be sold off. 3-week chart, same thing as the monthly chart. Daily chart, same thing. Bitcoin's selling off today, and so it's possible Bitfarm does the same thing. So it's a caution. It's not interesting for me right now. I have played Bitfarm in the past, and this would have been a nice pump here. And I've played it back here in 2023. So there's some good pumps. It's like trying to catch lightning in a bottle. And does it make sense to be a hodler of it? Well, if you bought any time in the past 5 years, you're probably break even or underwater, especially inflation adjusted if you're a hodler. So, that's why I'm a swing trader, first and foremost. So hopefully that helps. AVAX. I haven't looked at AVAX in a while, but I don't even have it on here. Yeah, it's been a long time. I mean, it looks the same as all the other crypto assets as of right now. Weekly chart. Bear market since November 2021. Downward sloping 200-week SMA. 3-week chart. Monthly chart. Yeah, just bearish right now. Looks like all the other ones. Pump hard. dump hard. It's all right. You can find it on X or YouTube and start from the beginning. So no worries there. And that's about it. So with that, thank you for all of your support. I appreciate it, and sharing, commenting, liking, all that stuff helps the algorithms, helps me, help you, help me. With that, we will continue to sniper the markets together, and hopefully you have a good rest of your day. Have a good evening wherever you're at, and we'll see you on the next live stream. Adios. Thank you.